People think they know Sherlock Holmes right away. They think he is smart. They think he sees things others miss. They think he is always correct. He feels familiar very quickly. He looks at a room and seems to understand it. He hears something once and remembers it. He notices details others pass by. People are used to this type, the one who points things out, the one who connects dots, the one who speaks with certainty. Sherlock talks plainly. He does not hesitate. He does not search for words. When he says something, it sounds finished. This makes people listen. It makes them pause. It makes them trust him before they mean to. People often decide what he is within moments. They say he is brilliant. They say he is sharp. They say he is useful. That explanation feels complete. It explains why he corrects others. It explains why he interrupts. It explains why he sounds sure of himself. Sherlock does not spend time making people comfortable. He does not check how his words land. He moves quickly toward answers. At first, this feels helpful. Confusion shrinks. Problems seem clearer. Things move forward. People forgive the sharp edges because the results arrive fast. They focus on what he gives: answers, certainty, direction. They tell themselves this is just how smart people are: direct, focused, unconcerned with feelings. The label settles in place: smart, accurate, reliable. Once that label is set, people stop watching closely. They stop questioning tone. They stop noticing distance. They accept the behavior because the outcome works. The recognition feels finished early, as if there is nothing more to see. And because it feels finished, no one looks again. When Sherlock Holmes enters a room, things do not stop. They keep moving, but more carefully. People become aware of themselves. They notice how they are standing. They notice what they just said. They replay it quickly in their head. Sherlock looks around without trying to be gentle. He sees details and does not hide that he sees them. His eyes pause where others would glance past. This changes how people act. Voices lower a little, jokes end sooner than expected. Some people explain things they were not asked to explain. He does not ask for attention. He does not raise his voice. Still, attention gathers around him. People wait for his reaction. They want to know if they said something wrong. They want to know if he noticed something about them. Sherlock does not reassure anyone. He does not nod to smooth things over. He lets moments stay unfinished. This creates tension without noise. No one argues, no one complains, but the room tightens slightly. Some people try to keep up. They talk faster, they add details, they want to sound sharp. Others go quiet. They decide it is safer to listen. They do not want to be corrected. Sherlock does not adjust to this. He stays focused. He follows his own line of thought. When he speaks, it lands cleanly, sometimes too cleanly. A sentence ends a conversation instead of opening one. People feel exposed without knowing why. Nothing personal was said, still something feels revealed. They may feel smaller, or slower, or unnecessary. They do not say this out loud. The discomfort is subtle. It does not disrupt the room. It sits underneath it, steady and unnamed. And even as things continue, everyone is aware that something has shifted. This behavior shows up in real life very often. It shows up in people who are always right, or right often enough that others stop checking. It is the person who notices mistakes quickly, the one who points out what others missed, the one who corrects details without meaning to sound sharp. They are useful. That matters. Things get solved faster around them. Confusion clears. Decisions feel easier. People learn this early. When this person speaks, things move forward. When they are not there, things take longer. So the behavior is accepted, sometimes even welcomed. Others adjust without being asked. They explain themselves more clearly. They choose words carefully. They avoid guessing. They do this quietly. It feels normal after a while. The person becomes the reference point, the one who knows, the one who checks, the one who sees. Warmth becomes optional. Accuracy becomes the main thing. People forgive the tone because the information is correct. They excuse the distance because the results are useful. Over time, this changes how the room works. Conversations get tighter, fewer people speak freely. Some stop sharing half-formed ideas, some stop joking, some stop asking questions they are not sure about. The room becomes efficient and a little quieter. This pattern shows up at work, in classrooms, in families. Anywhere being right is rewarded more than being kind. It is not always harsh, it is not always unkind, it is simply focused on results. Because nothing breaks, no one stops it. Because things work, no one questions the cost. The person stays valued, trusted, relied on. But closeness thins out slowly. Not from conflict, from careful distance. Everyone learns how to be around them, what to say, what not to say. The pattern settles in and feels ordinary, so it keeps repeating. Useful, accurate, slightly cold. And most of the time, no one names what has been traded away. After the interaction ends, nothing looks damaged. The problem is solved, the answer is given, the moment closes neatly. People move on to the next thing. They do not argue, they do not complain. There is no clear reason to. Later, a quiet feeling shows up. It is not anger, it is not hurt. It feels more like tiredness. People think back on what happened. They remember being corrected or watching someone else be corrected. They remember choosing their words more carefully than usual. Nothing was said that crossed a line. Still, something feels heavier than it should. The room goes back to normal. Voices return. Jokes come back slowly. But the ease takes time. People remember how it felt to be around someone who noticed everything. They remember how careful they became. Next time, they adjust sooner. They prepare more. They double-check before speaking. This does not feel dramatic. It feels practical. Over time, the pattern repeats. Answers keep coming. Results keep working. The same person is relied on again. No one asks for less accuracy. No one asks for more warmth. The distance becomes familiar. It feels like the price of things running smoothly. Nothing resolves because nothing breaks. There is no moment to point to and say something went wrong. So the pattern continues. Being right stays valuable. Being careful becomes normal. What remains is not conflict, but a quiet space that never quite fills. And because the work gets done, that space is rarely noticed. Until next time, you've probably seen this one before.